Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Camel Up.
Camel Up is a game that surprisingly many people have played, many people own, but surprisingly people still haven't played it. It's been around for a little while now. I believe it hit the stores in 2014, so it's about 4 years old now, which doesn't sound old, but it might just be that it's one of the early games that I've owned, so it's kind of just, I don't know, there's something about the current state of things where everything feels really old if it's more than a year. It's only 4 years old. It's 2014, and I think that it's one of these evergreen titles that a lot of people own or have at least played. I still come across people who haven't played it, however, so it's worthwhile having a gamesplay of it for people who haven't played it yet, who have yet to come across Camel Up or want to play it, and this is my thoughts on it. I like having Camel Up in my collection. I like playing. I actually do enjoy it. I find that yes, with the base game, it now becomes very methodical as to which camel is going to be the winner. In essence, what you're doing is you're just gambling. This is a gambling game. So if you are someone who has a problem with gambling, I suggest not playing this. If you are not a problem gambler or someone who has problems with gambling, then by all means have a play. The essence of the game is there are 5 camels on the track, and you're not in ownership of any of them, but you're gambling on who's going to win on each leg, and then also gambling on who's going to both win and lose within the entire race. That's in essence the entire game. There's a lot of manipulation going on, and a lot of things or different ways that you can make money as you're going. But what I find is with the base game, once you've played it a few times, you get a real good feel, and you're usually going to be within that top couple of people, depending on who else is playing. The benefit that this game has over a lot of the other games in this collection behind me is that it can play up to 8 people. The expansion allows it to play up to 10 people. So having that expansion is actually a valuable thing. The expansion also puts a little bit more track in. I actually own the expansion. This is one of the expansions I've actually played with. I tend to not play the game unless I'm playing with the expansion now, simply because it's a good expansion. I haven't used all of the expansion different materials, but the ones that I have used have made the game a better game. What I've found with the base game is that 1 or 2 camels get left behind because the dice only go up to 3. If they're rolling once and they roll a 1 a couple of times, they're super far behind the guys that are rolling 3 a couple of times. And so what ends up happening is it's really obvious really early which ones are going to be at the back and which ones are going to be at the front. So the reason that's important is because you're gambling on who's going to win the entire race and who's going to lose the entire race. So if you can see really quickly who's definitely going to lose, you can get a card down on that really quickly. With the expansion, one of the modules in the expansion, it kind of mitigates that. So whoever's at the back gets 2 dice in the pyramid rather than just the 1, and it gives them a chance to catch up. So you can't be guaranteed really early on of who's going to lose the game. I really enjoy this game. I have very few games that go to a higher play count. So whenever I've got a lot of people around, it's a good one to pull out because a lot of people can sit at it. The problem is, however, that if you've got 10 people playing, you're going to get a lot fewer turns to do anything. So as soon as it becomes apparent which player is going to be the winning player for this leg, you'll find that the next 4 people will grab that card that gives them money, income for that particular camel winning. So there's a very different game, I guess, when you get to those higher player counts than if you're on a small player count. Because if you're on a small player count, you can let it go, and as soon as it's obvious who's going to win the leg, if those cards haven't gone yet, you're probably going to get at least one of them, if not 2 of them, on the small player count. So you'll see that in the playthrough that the winner of the leg is kind of, it's waiting. I think that with the higher player count, it's a different game. We play it differently. So you need to you almost need to be betting more in order to get the guarantees, rather than waiting till it's a guaranteed, because you can't be certain that thing that's going to tell you this one's going to win is going to be the player before you. It might be the player after you, in which case you've got 0 hope of it getting back to you. You may only find you only got a couple of turns happening within the entire leg. So what you do is very different, vastly different on a 10-player game to what you do on a 3-player game. I have found that people either love this game or really hate it. I'm someone who loves the game, I really enjoy the game, but people who really hate it tend to be the people who dislike the mathy type of games, or they kind of get really bogged down in stuff. I think this should be a much lighter game than some people allow it to be. So letting it be an easier game, letting it just kind of happen, is probably a better way to approach this one than to try to do all the math on it and all the odds and everything. Just let it run, let it ride. I think that this is a worthwhile game to play. I think this is a worthwhile game to still be playing, even though it is 4 years old or so. If you've got this game and you've played it a few times and you're really kind of, yeah, I know what's happening now and I don't really want to play it because I've played it so many times, it's worthwhile having a look at the expansion. That will add extra stuff to it that will enable you to kind of think about it slightly differently. There's a cameraman and a whole bunch of other stuff. Look, I'll leave it there. Go on and watch my playthrough, watch my Gamesplained, so you can see how the game actually plays and how everything kind of works together and manipulates each other. And look, if you've got any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you've got any games that you wish to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.